Hey folks, Brian King here. I had my weekly client-only group call last night, and a topic came up that is really important and really can't be emphasized enough. And that is just how little parents and teachers really seem to understand about what it means to have executive functioning challenges. They may get it intellectually, they get it as a concept, but they have no idea what it looks like in real time. First, let's discuss what we're talking about here. Executive functions. Executive. Execute. Take action. And there are a lot of times where we just simply give a directive. Okay, start your homework. Okay, go clean your room. Okay, pick up your stuff. And then you come back later, it's not done, and you scold the kid. Hey, didn't I tell you to do your homework? Didn't I tell you to clean your room? I'm sick and tired of telling you to clean up after yourself. What are they missing? Execute. Okay? Executive functions. Difficulty with execution. That means you've given them an order, but you haven't given them a plan. You haven't helped them come up with a structured, organized way to execute what it is you're asking them to do so they can accomplish it. And when this kind of came up on the call last night, I saw some people that were kind of shocked at that explanation after having worked with their kids for a long time, because to be honest, if you don't have these challenges, it's very, very difficult to wrap your mind around it. Whenever you give any kind of a directive to your kid, to your spouse that's a scatterbrain, to your coworker that is a little spacey and easily distractible, you've got to consider that they don't have a plan to execute it. So part of your conversation, part of your directive has to be the plan. So what does that sound like? Well, let's go back to journalism class, the 5 W's. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. Okay? So you have to make sure you hit all of those things. Who's going to do it? You're going to do it. What are you going to do? Specific, concrete, measurable. Where? Wherever they need to do it. In your room, at your desk. When? In the next 5 minutes, by this certain time. Hey, Lexi, by a certain time, not by the time I get home. Who the heck knows when that's going to be? It's too open-ended. By the end of the next hour, by 3 o'clock. How? How are you going to do it? What's your first step? What's the first thing are you going to do? When are you going to do it? How long do you think it's going to take you? Talking in terms of measurable steps, measurable outcomes, sequential steps, first, second, third, fourth. Help this person lay out the plan so they can execute and satisfy your request. And this is how you can kind of get out of having to do this every single time, which can be exhausting to an otherwise organized mind. If you're making these requests often, then one time you find a sequence that works, write it down, man. Put it in a list maker. I use something called Wunderlist, which is fantastic. You can use a simple to-do list app on your phone. If you like paper and pencil, go for it. Write it in your day planner. But make sure it's something that's duplicatable, that if you do those series of steps each time the same way, the same order, you'll get the same results. That, my friends, is a plan. So next time you go barking orders at somebody, whether it's your child, your student, your spouse, your coworker, remember, if they are scattered, if they have ADHD, dyslexia, anything, and you give them a request without a plan, consider it not done. I hope this has been helpful. If there's others you think can benefit from this, and I'm sure you know some, feel free to share away so they can benefit too. And if you need some help implementing what I've talked about in this video, send me a private message and we will make it happen with a plan. This has been Brian. We'll talk again soon.